Anyway, yesterday I was talking about how nervous I was about meeting my boss in person today. It's a new boss. I haven't seen him before except on Zoom, and I finally saw him in person today. During the meeting, I had another moment of inspiration. I remember thinking that as bad as that meeting might go, and I gotta emphasize the word might, 10, 20 years from now, when I think back at that meeting, I guarantee it will be a good memory. I was thinking, before I went to my boss's office, I was thinking about an argument I got into with my mom when I was about 13 years old. I used to love to play chess on Yahoo Games. This was back in the late 90s. Yahoo Games was very popular. I was playing chess. I had a few opponents that were really good in chess. They lived in Russia, we lived in the East Coast, so they are about 7-8 hours ahead of us. And I would stay up until 1 or 2 in the morning to play against some of my opponents in Russia. And my mom was very upset. She couldn't wake me up to go to school the next day. It was always a big struggle. And then I would fall asleep in school, right? One time my dad had to go to a business trip, and it was just my mom and me. My brother wasn't born yet. And my mom had asked me to set this alarm clock. And I wanted to secretly get up in the middle of the night to play chess, so I set it for 1 o'clock. We went to bed at 10 o'clock, and I didn't tell her that I had set it that way. My mom was a few months pregnant at the time, I think 4 or 5 months pregnant. And the alarm went off at 1 a.m. and I didn't even hear it. My mom heard it first, and she was so upset that she unplugged the clock, and she threw the clock at me, and in the process broke the clock. And now she was even more upset because we were going to sleep in the next day. And she forced me to stay up the rest of it. She was like, "You like to stay up anyhow. This is your punishment. You gotta stay up the rest of the night." And I went online to look for my opponents, but I was in no mood because of how upset my mom had been. She kind of made me feel guilty. She was pregnant, and I was causing her all this trouble. And, well, 20 years after the fact, I can laugh back at it, right? So earlier today, I was thinking, no matter how the meeting with my boss goes, just think about how it will look like in the history books, right, when I look back at it.